Think back to the biggest philosophers. There's one person that'll come to your mind. Marcus Aurelius, the great wise man who was a philosophical king almost. He was the pioneer of Stoicism, the philosophy, the ideology. And there's one thing he was 100% right about, like many other things. But there was one thing that almost will change your mind if you take it to heart, if you actually implement. And it goes like this. Think about something you're worried about. Let's say you lost your job, or let's say you're not jacked enough, or let's say you broke your foot, whatever it is. Now you have to go into two categories. Is it something you can control, or is it something you cannot control? If it's something you can control, then you know what you need to do. Then you know the actions you need to take to change that. So why are you worried about it? Why don't you just take the actions and stop worrying? Conversely, think about something you're worried about but you can't control. Let's say the weather. But can you control it? Of course you can't control that. So then why are you worried in the first place? It's very simple. The things you're worried about, if you can control it, then you can change it. So then you don't need to be worried about it. But the things that you can't control are out of your control, so you don't need to worry about it. This is the kind of life, this stoic life that you need to live by. This is the kind of life that will make sure you're not worried about useless things. It will make sure the actions you take will exactly affect your worries. It will exactly fix your worries. So next time you're worrying about something, let's say you're not jacked enough. Now think between the two categories. Can you change being jacked or can you not change being jacked? You can change it. Then you need to take the actions that will get you to becoming jacked. And that's it. You don't need to worry about it. Conversely, let's say there's something you can't control. Let's say you planned a vacation and your flight was delayed or cancelled. Now let's say, can you control it? Can you not control it? You can't control it. So then, don't worry about it. Because you can't control it in the first place. So you can't do anything about it. So don't worry about it. This way of thinking will give you a stress-free life. It will lower your cortisol. It will make sure you're not worried about useless things. It will make sure that you only pay attention to the things that matter the most.
Think back to every time you're worried about something. Think back to when you had that exam, or when anything stressful in your life happened. Think back to when you were worried about it, the exam, the night before you're stressed and you're trying to revise. You're stressed, and your mind, your brain, your eyes feel like they're about to pop out from how much revision you're doing. Or you're working on your business, you're recording the YouTube video that needs to get put out. Or you're in your 9 to 5, you're up the night before trying to finish the project so that you don't get in trouble by your boss. And you're worried, you're stressed. But every time you've been worried, every time you've been stressed, as time moves on, as life goes on, you just forget about it and you get over it. So what actually is the point of worrying? Worrying is just a waste of time. There's no point in worrying, because every time you worry, there's something new is going to come up. In 5 years, you're not going to be worried about it. You're going to be worried about a new problem, because you're always going to have problems to think about. So why are you focused on the wrong problems? Why are you worried? Why are you focused on the wrong things? Why are you worried? Why are you putting your energy into pointless things like worrying? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. So why are you wasting your energy on pointless things like worrying? You always get over worrying as time moves on. You forget about it. So why don't you invest your energy into working towards making yourself better, striving to be better, doing more work, instead of just worrying? Because it's completely pointless. It's just a waste of time. All you have to do is just cure your mind and adopt this Stoic ideology, this philosophy into your life, where you just take all these hits from the world and you don't care. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect what you do, because you know that the only thing you can control is yourself. Like right now it's raining. We could have said, we're not recording today. It's raining. But we can't control the weather. We can only control our inputs, what we do. And that's why we recorded today. Because Because our competition out there, the ones that record outside, they're not recording outside today because it's raining. They're scared of the rain. The rain's not going to do anything to you. You just have to focus on what you can control. Stop being worried about all this stuff and just be grateful that you have this opportunity, that you can change. You can make anything of your life if you just control yourself, your mind and your body and your will. You can create anything you want. You can cultivate that life that you've always dreamed of, and you can achieve all your dreams. The problem happens when you're always worried about the next thing. You're always worried about these things that don't matter. You're worried about the weather, what the weather's like today. The way to get over this, to break through this barrier, is by being busy. Just being so focused on yourself, on your own goals, and striving to be better. Focusing on your deep work, on your business, on your physique, on building up your mindset, your physique. That's how you get over it, because now you've got new problems. Because the truth is, you're always going to be worried about some stuff. Like a tiny bit, you're always going to be worried. It's never going to end. When you're successful, when you're rich, there's always going to be new problems. Always going to be new stuff that you're worried about. So why don't you just focus on the stuff that matters and try and reduce your worry as much as possible. Focus on providing for your family, on working on yourself, building your physique, building your business, building that life that you've always wanted for your children, letting them buy whatever they want, letting them buy clothes without looking at the price tag, getting them food that actually will help them grow and prosper, and not having to eat junk food, looking up at their father who's meant to be their role model and saying, why do we live like this? Why can we not afford the food? Why can we not afford the grass-fed steak, the organic fruits? And then you tell them, it's because I worry too much. I worried about the weather. I worried about these external factors which don't matter. And I stopped focusing on the stuff that actually does matter. All you have to do is just forget the idea of worrying. Just forget about worrying. And just focus on yourself. Focus on your goals. Focus on providing for your family. And just be so busy that it doesn't even affect you. That's how you get over it. And if you want us to help you, you're feeling worried all the time, you don't know what to do, you're stressed, all you have to do is DM us on Instagram and we'll help you. And if you want to buy our coaching so that we can help you build that life, so that your children can be proud, they can see the role model that you are, and they can be proud of their father, and they try and imitate and try and be like him because of how much of a role model he is, because of how great his mindset has become, his physique, his body, his mind, because of his discipline and going through the trials and tribulations. And if you want us to create a path for you, a road that you just have to follow, then DM us on Instagram and we'll coach you and teach you how to become that man. Teach you how to become that man who you've always strived to be.
And boys, subscribe and like.